This message is sponsored by Raycon. 2K26 is feeling like it's kind of around the corner, isn't it? Maybe it's just me. But today I want to go through your questions, your comments and thoughts about what maybe we could see or should see in next year's game. The first one that we got in here comes from Escaped Fred. Hi Fred. He says, "Do you believe that Joe Hendry will be in 2K26? I believe in Joe Hendry. Hendry just signed with WWE officially full-time. It would not surprise me if 2K, I don't think he's in the base game. I'll make that perfectly clear. I think they will totally put him in as DLC. It's not a wild prediction, but man, he's going to be in their front center. He was at WrestleMania against Randy Orton. That made people feel like he was going to get into 2K25, and that didn't happen, even as like a surprise DLC. We got more like DLC TNA questions coming up, but totally think that Hendry is going to be in there, maybe even a headliner. They could make a pack calling it like the I Believe in whatever DLC, or they can make it I Believe in TNA. But yeah, I think he's in there. Barry ADL says, do you think AAA and TNA roster will be in WWE 2K game maybe 26? AAA, maybe. They own it. So, like Mr. Iguana, I could see them putting them in there. TNA, though, as a pack, I definitely see it. Where they've done certain things even this year where you had AJ Styles, retro TNA version AJ Styles. We got Abyss in the DLC as like a pretty big surprise. Like I did not see that coming. So I think that we should, most definitely. I think that one of the big DLC pieces that would probably get fans pretty excited would be the Hardy Boys. They're in TNA. They've been on NXT. They've won the NXT tag titles. They've got to be, like, they're just not into main roster. I think that it's only a matter of time before we see the Hardys show back up on Raw or SmackDown at some point and be part of the tag division. Be kind of fun. It's kind of a final run for them. And then also, you can put them into the Hall of Fame. That's tag teams, and then do them even individually for their careers. I think that putting the Hardys in there and making it like a TNA pack is something that most people are looking for. Because if you had the Hardys, you had Joe Hendry, you could add back like Dolph Ziggler, for example. And it would just be super easy to do that. Also on the TNA side, if we went retro, like I think of Gail Kim, for example, I'd love to see her added in. We got another one coming in and talking about DLC. Before that, I got to thank today's sponsor. For me, I'm usually trying to find a pair of earbuds that will be lightweight, long battery, and be comfortable when I am walking my dog or I'm going to the gym and they don't fall out all the time. And then the big one is when I'm trying to slide into bed so nobody hears me and I can just put on my earbuds and watch a show or watch something on YouTube. Maybe one of these videos, you never know. But that's why I am so happy to be able to work with Raycon and Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds. They are honestly some of my favorites and I use them every single day. So keep your ears open and your holiday playlist rolling with Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds. These open ear earbuds let you stay connected to your surroundings while enjoying your favorite music, your podcast, or calls, perfect for a jog, commute, or just kicking back. And this Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you can save up to 30% on all Raycon audio products. So Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds, they keep your ears open while still delivering crystal clear sound. They sit just outside your ear canal, so you can stay tuned in to traffic, your coworkers, or whatever's happening around you without losing out on music or podcast quality. I personally do really like it because they're very lightweight. They don't move around at all. The ones that go just right into your ears, I don't find they work as well for me. These ones with having this hook around them, it works really, really well. And here's the kicker. Raycon delivers the same premium audio quality as the big brands, but half the price. Add in over 3 million happy customers and a 30-day happiness guarantee. There's zero reason to overpay. So that hook I mentioned is the multi-angular hook. Its rotating ear hook ensures a secure, personalized fit for any activity. There's multi-point connection, so connect to multiple devices and switch seamlessly without hassle. 36 hours of battery life, which is like my favorite thing. 8-hour earbuds plus 36 hours in the case itself equals days of non-stop listening. Black Friday is around the corner. Raycon audio products are up to 30% off site-wide. From everyday essentials to the latest releases, it's the perfect time to upgrade your sound or get ahead of gifting. These early deals won't last long. Shop now before they're gone. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/assembleopen to get 30% off during Raycon's Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. That's buyraycon.com/assembleopen. Thank you so much to Raycon for supporting the channel. Now back to the video. Bobby says, my DLC ideas are 1. A TNA pack made of the Hardys, Nick Nemeth, Moose. I'm not up on the ladies of TNA, but include them as well. 2, he says all the NXT DLC pack. My third DLC pack is a little weird. Instead of wrestlers, it should be all new match types instead. Example, Iron Survivor. Bobby, I love the ideas of the packs. The match types packs, I love it. I do see the counter side of it, of people being like, I don't like that because you're keeping match types as paid content. I don't hate it because it gives you, only because should it be in the base game? Yes, that's always like the disclaimer here is like, yes, it should all be included in the game you buy. I agree. I'm just saying that what I could see them doing something like that to get people enticed to get the season pass. And it's more content, it adds to the game and experience. I think it'd be kind of fun if you were able to get some different type of match type, but at the same token, I'm like, I would be out front and center just saying, no, this should be in the game. When I think of DLC, I do think that 2K26 should, they probably won't, they should take more risks with DLC and the type of content, like more arenas, real arenas. Make that part of DLC packs. They do occasionally, they add in a championship. Do that. Yes, add in the superstars we're looking for, legends, existing NXT, TNA talent, those things, but then take it a step further. If we do end up with the showcase mode once again, why can't you give us an extra 2 hours of showcase? Or an extra storyline of showcase if you want to do that. They did that many, many years ago, where you would get a full story pack added in. Maybe it'd only take you an hour to bust through it and then you get the unlockables, but it's more content. And I think it helps keep the game fresh and alive. So I don't hate the idea. I think there's something in there we could work with. Jake Merrick says, we got to get Create a Story back. Boy, do we ever. Now, I know that there are friends in the community and there are rumblings all over the place. I'm not spreading rumors here. Nothing's confirmed. But there's a lot of chatter, especially the last several years, of Create a Story making a comeback. I think it's needed to keep the franchise fresh and alive. Man, it would help people, even content creators, because then we'd be like, let's go and review new stories that have dropped and new things that people have created. It would be just fun. And the engagement for the community online to be able to upload, download stories that their friends have made, that people that they like, that they follow online, that they've created. It would get so fun. And that's the key thing here, is fun. Is something that engages everybody and they're having a good time playing it. I would love to download recreations of, stories from the Attitude Era, or stories that are brand new, they're wild, or having a DX versus NWO story, or complete original ideas. Create a Story has all that potential, and in this day and age, it's constant online. Like, you gotta have something new. Giving us just a couple extra promo, cutscenes for universe mode isn't enough anymore. The island certainly isn't it. I don't see that going anywhere. But you could add throughout the year, if you had Create a Story, you could have a base mode of Create a Story, and then you could add to it with DLC content. You could add more story elements, or just through patches and updates, and make it robust. It's a mode that I think, if done right, can bring players back a ton. Zebra's World says, hey Matt, big fan of the channel, been supporting you since 2K22. That's a long time now. I am much older than that. I'm scared to look at videos from 2K22. Oh my gosh. 2K25 is my favorite 2K game release. I don't count 2K14. Okay. He says, I'm praying we get weapon physics. We need better gameplay instead of graphics, and a new roster. If the game is not fun, then it's going to lose players after a while. Yes. If there are no, I think substantial updates to 26, just my opinion, I think you do lose a lot of fans. I think people get burnt out even after a few months of the game. They pick it up, they try whatever is kind of new in there, they drop it, and they move on. And next year is going to be pretty heavy. I'm thinking outside of just the sports games that come out annually, for me as a player, I mean, if we get GTA 6, that's taking over the world. And then I think Wolverine is coming out in the fall of 2026. Those two games alone, you add in just the regular crop of games that you get, like your Call of Duties and everything else, it could be a little bit cluttered. I think of those two games, just for me personally, I'm like, that will eat up so much of my time. So if you don't have something that's really going to grab fans of wrestling, of WWE, yeah, a lot of people could fall off pretty quickly. Weapons physics would be great. We've seen little bits of this with steel steps, even where they added in, being able to go into the barricade. I know that's not a weapon, but being able to utilize the environment more, I think that's good. You know what they need is championships ringside podium. I have said this to developers. Like, I've said it where I'm like, hey, why isn't the title on the podium ringside? We can get a steel step, or we can get steel steps, we can get steel chairs. Can't I have the title? You put the prime bottle, the freaking prime bottle is got a whole station there ringside. Can you not put the championship ringside when it's a title match? It would add to it. Weapons physics, yes, I want to bounce off, ladders and have more. I want to have weapons within like a steel cage match. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to get ladders inside Hell in a Cell and update the physics overall. Would be really fun. Justin Holland says in loud voices, we need new generic templates for create a show. Yes, we do. He says candy, neon, prison, etc. At least update the themes. A super simple idea would be to make custom images for match screens. That way you can upload blank templates of anything, even custom versus screens. Yeah, I would love create an arena overall to get an overhaul. I know there were other comments in here about like update, create a championship, and I agree. I think create an arena, create a show really gets forgotten and lost. I love being able to tinker. I'm bad at it, but I love being able to tinker and create custom arenas within the game. And again, I'm not good at it, but recreating some old favorites. And then what people create, like for like ones from Ruthless Aggression era, Cyber Sunday, Taboo Tuesday, things like that. I'm like, man, these look excellent. I wish that they would just update more of that. And maybe they will. I would be hard pressed though if we saw any substantial changes to it. But rip stuff from like the island and dump them in there. I think there was even a rumor or something online where there's assets in the game found where there might be another. Oh yeah, it was going to be for the Thunderdome. I saw that circulated online that we might get the Thunderdome added into 2K25. Maybe we will, but add in more of the asset. If you're not going to put the proper arenas, full arenas in the game, normal, then give people like all the assets you can to work with. I like this one from GameCube G4. It's not going to happen, but I would like to just have all versions of a wrestler. For example, it would be nice to have all versions of Kane. Kane is so wished upon by everybody. Triple H, HBK, also more arenas. Yeah, I also wish that it was just like, here's John Cena, and then here's 15 versions of John Cena within the John Cena folder. Just like that. I understand why it's not like that because, it's heel John Cena, face John Cena, Dr. Thugonomics version, all the different eras, thus meaning different attires, but also entrances, motions, Titantrons, all of it. So I get why it's split. But yeah, it would be really nice if I woke up one day and I was like, oh, I turn on 2K26. Here are 5 versions of Triple H. That would make my day. Or Kane. To give everybody Kane, because they never give Kane. They won't. I think that the game has been around, and WWE wrestling games have been around for so long that it is this perpetual cycle with additional content. How does a company make money? How do they make more revenue? Keep people engaged and clicking and playing for long periods of time? Doing things like adding My Faction, which is nobody's favorite thing, but they put persona models in there. And that's what we're seeing now way more is, okay, you want Kane? He's in there. Retro AJ Styles, he's in there. Brock Lesnar, you can unlock through My Faction. They've done so much of this even in this year that I think that's the direction they continue to go down. I don't love it. I want just to turn on the game and get, 3 HBKs and be done. But they're not. They're going to give you 1 or 2, and then maybe there's a third because of Showcase. But if not, you get the 1, 2 in there, and then they're like, oh, we got a HBK 96 or the Rockers version, and we put it in My Faction because it's a way to make money. I want what you want. I just want it all included in my game. And more arenas. I am a sucker for just getting more arenas. Like we talked about getting more customization in arenas. There for creating an arena and create a show. I want the full arenas. Like, I hate that we cycle these things out where one year we get every WrestleMania because Showcase is all around WrestleMania. So we get tons of WrestleMania arenas. And then the next year we get like 5. Just give me all of 2024. In this case, give me all of 2025 for next year's game. And then just give me a huge chunk of Ruthless Aggression and Attitude Era and some 80s arenas and just call it a day. Make it an advertising piece of like the most arenas and shows ever added to the game. That'd be fun. Steel Pill says, My Faction World Tour should include the territories and at least let you unlock the arenas for each territory. I like that. Getting beyond just personas and VC, adding to unlock arena, that'd be a cool addition in there. If I'm gonna go to different territories around the US and I unlock like I don't know, a backlash from Chicago or something in that territory, can I unlock that arena on top? That would be a way bigger incentive, I think, even for me to go in there and play my faction. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll try to grind out for free, try to grind out to get this model, and I'm either successful or not, or I got enough points racked up. I'm like, hey, I'm a couple away from getting Kane or something. I would really push myself if I could get arenas. Then you feel like you're getting a whole package of content in there. S Ballistic Cat says, I want to see Creative Finisher come back. I wouldn't be super happy if that was the only addition, but it's better than nothing. Isn't that the way of the world right now? Is that it's better than nothing. I am with you. I used to have so much fun with Creative Finisher. Again, I'm bad at like creating stuff. I love what people do create, but I'm terrible at putting it together. But Creative Finisher, that was something I would spend hours in my youth, in my old days, sitting there and creating different combinations where I could like do a sunset flip, rotate the guy around 3 times and hit him with a stunner and then a splash on top of it. It was my favorite, one of my favorite things I could do back in the day. I would make like an ultra super complicated version of the pedigree. It just had so much fun. So I wish they would do Creative Finisher. It just adds more depth. Like you said, it wouldn't be my favorite thing to do, but it certainly would add to it all. There's a lot that they need to do, and that's not even touching modes and everything else in between. But guys, what do you want to see from 2K26? Match types, modes, fixes and updates, rosters, all that good stuff. Thank you so much to Raycon as well for supporting today's video. If you guys want to talk more 2K25-26, click this video right here. Have a great day. See ya.